Hey, what's up everyone? Eric Rossi, the guy with the eye here, and I want to talk about something pretty interesting. It's a new lens that comes out from a company you've never heard of, and I've definitely not heard of anyway, and it's from Kerlee? I don't know. None of them are my X's though. Right now you have the world's first 35mm f1.2. Well, as some claim it to be. Yet again, there is another lens out there that already has this, and it's manual focus, and it's Voigtlander's 35 f1.2, which you could see is about $1,000. It is manual focus, like I said, but so be it, everything like that. But this is a new lens from a company called Kerlee. I'm not 100% sure the pronunciation, that just came out yesterday, depending on when you're watching this. But they're gonna have a 35 f1.2, supposed to be autofocus and manual focus, which the autofocus part is probably one of the biggest deals about this. Now, once again, f1.2 is very, very shallow, and I think that this will be a limited lens for people, but people who love to shoot wide open, who love primes, this could be a very good option for you. Maybe, we don't know yet. There's no price for this, so we don't know how expensive it's going to be. But to give a little bit of comparison before I break everything down so that you can kind of see the market, once again, we have that Voigtlander here, the Noctin 35 1.2, about $1,000. And then kind of really going, because it looks similar in a way, I have the Sigma 50 1.4, their art one, which is also about $1,000. So I think that this lens will probably be around that market. If they're more, it's going to absolutely fail. I just don't see that people would want to pay that much for a 35mm and f1.2. I'm sure people who have money can throw it away and they don't care, but I think that this should be $700 to $900 that this is going to fall under, and obviously that's going to set a lot of people apart. But as you look, it looks like a pretty simple lens. It almost has a Zeiss look as well, to a very simplistic metallic type build with a cheapy plastic looking build right there. One of the cool things you'll see here is a declicked aperture ring, so you can actually choose, and they say for video, if you want your aperture ring to be smooth or you want it to be clicky, and that way you can change it whenever you want. The interesting part, like you see right here, that it's made for various brands of cameras. It's even including the Pentax K, Nikon, Canon, and Sony E-mount. So this is going to be a widely used lens if the price is right and if it's pretty good. It's got 11 elements and 10 groups. I'll show you some of the sample photos that they show in this article here. And it's supposed to focus up to 0.3 meters, so that's pretty interesting. For a lens like this, it gets rather close. 72mm filter thread, so that's also a pretty big element, for something like that. Weighs 690 grams, so it's gonna have some weight, probably like the Sigma art lenses of lenses as well. Now, there are some rumors about other lenses that this company might come out, but really kind of looking at the sample images that they sent to a wedding photographer, portrait photographer, something like this, the bokeh doesn't look good. I like, this doesn't impress me, and this was apparently he used the Nikon D800 with this as well, and no offense to the photographer, it's just I don't know if the lens could keep up with that big of a sensor on all that megapixels. But even something like this, like, it almost looks like it's like some kind of filter or some kind of Instagram cheapy thing, and it doesn't look like it's gonna hold out, flaring well or anything like that. High contrast? No, I don't know. Once again, I know that these are just sample images and they're downscaled to be online, but you get some weird, like, chromatic aberration, some weird, fringing and everything like that. And this is why I don't think it can be expensive, because the quality doesn't look the best. Like, I mean, look at that ghosting and that flaring right there. It just doesn't look good. Now, the bokeh, I don't know. It's not 100% appealing to me, but, it does look good. It's just the thing is, it's not sharp. I don't know if these are just images. I don't know. I don't know if these are the best images to show these off, because they just don't seem like they're sharp or anything like that. But I like the idea of this. I just have no use for a 1.2 for anything I do. I always like to shoot at like f4 or something like that, 2.8 at the least. So I don't know. What do you think about a lens like this? Do you think something like this will be useful? If you've seen any of these demo pictures as well that they had, are you impressed by any of this? Please let me know down in the comments below. And what I was mentioning is this brand is also, this company that makes this lens is also saying that there's a chance that it's going to have a 50mm f.95 and an 85mm f1.2, which I think that 85mm would do very, very well. But once again, if the image quality of this lens fails for photos and especially video, I don't think this company is going to really stand a chance against anything that's out there. But that really opens it up to the fact that this might come to a lot of, you know, maybe a Sigma or a Tamron to do something like this, because Nikon and Canon definitely won't without putting an abundant of a price tag on it that not many people can afford. But here you go. What are your thoughts on this? Who is this useful for? Street photographers, I don't find it. Portrait photographers, probably. 35mm probably isn't the best for portraits, and especially like headshots and something like that. You wouldn't want to use a 35mm because of the distortion that it causes. So what do you think about this? Let me know this down below. I think it's a cool idea. I think it might be, I think it should be between $700 to $900, but seeing the test samples and everything like that, I'm not impressed at all. Once again, I can't judge a lens without using it, and it's not even, you know, fully out yet. But that's my first impression. This is my quick preview of it, and who knows what lies in the future. Just let me know your thoughts down below. Does this Kerlee lens appeal to you?